Thanks for staying tuned. This is still iBrandTV, and it's time to talk money on our Money Motivation segment. Now, we'll be looking at business opportunities in tech because the world definitely is global now in terms of digitalization, and it's all about tech. You talk about fintech. Technology definitely has taken all over the world. So business opportunities in tech world, that's what we're looking at. And we're being joined by Olamilekon at the Bio, a data analyst. Olamilekon, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Olamilekon, good morning.
Good morning. Nice to be on set.
Data analyst. Well, I'm sure you guys are making so much money from
That the ones cashing
analytics.
out,
Yeah, you guys are cashing out. So
the tech guys, the fintechs,
Of course, tech has really advanced, and a lot of people have. It has opened a place a channel for a lot of people to actually have jobs and to have a lot of income.
Okay. So just before we delve into it, I hope you remember your boy in your kingdom as one of those cashing out from that industry.
With the way he's saying cashing out, I remember. I don't know, but after now, I think we have to talk about this. Maybe probably have to change my profession.
Exactly. No, side hustle.
No, thank you for that.
Now let's delve into it. The business opportunities. I mean, it's not just enough to say the tech world. What exactly is the tech world? What does it entail? And then let's look at the business opportunities therein.
The tech world has been, let's say before this age, or let's say before this, like probably last 10 years, a lot of businesses has been manual. There are a lot of things that have been doing that have been manual. But recently, a lot of businesses found that there is much more, they can create much more awareness when they go on, when they incorporate tech with whatever they are doing. So this opened a lot of opportunities for people in tech, most especially. So a lot of businesses now are using one technology or the other to advance whatever it is they are doing. So that opened a lot for guys in technology, for people in technology. And in Nigeria especially, the job opportunities are not that high in other things that you are doing. So technology has really made it easy for people. And it's so in such a way that you don't really need to have these certificates from this big schools or all these things. You just have those queues. If you have those queues and there are a lot of online certifications now. That if they see that you have these online certifications and your probably projects and things that you have these queues, then you are good to go.
Wow. So talking about the queues, what are some of the queues?
Tech it's very wild, very, very, very.
I can just pick a part of tech. Yes. You're a data analyst, right?
Yes, of course. I'm a data analyst, and tech areas that I'll see is generally the major ones I see is there's the mobile development, that's creating mobile applications. Then there's web development also, which is creating websites and all those stuff. And there's also the back end, that's that helps in. It's also part of the web, but it's not fully. It's
incorporated into the web.
It's more like they call it web programming. They call it more like web programming. It's not web development. Web development is different from it a little. So there are different parts. There's also the data analysis. There's the data side of it, and data analysis is just like one part of it. There's the data analysis. There's data scientists, and there are the machine learning engineers. Machine learning engineers are mostly people that integrate technologies that make your equipment, your distance smart. Yes, through data. They collect a lot of data and they're making robots, but making robots learn from a lot of data that you have done. So that's how machine learning is. So that's like all data part of.
But this thing sounds, they sound really hard. Are they hard? Because machine learning, robots, and it sounds like it's very, very hard. Yeah, yes. But is it hard really? Because someone might be really scared of the way you're making it sound.
No. It's not. I will not say it's simple.
But it's not hard.
Yes, it's not hard either. It just requires your consistency and passion. Because any tech, yes, your passion has to be there. Because there are times that you face a lot of problems in tech. It is bound to. There's no probably tech engineer you see or anybody that will see that will tell you has not faced any problems. Sometimes you feel frustrated sometimes on some things, but it's one of the good things of the job is probably experience. Because the more problems you face, the more experienced you are in making product faster. Because you have seen, okay, this thing
has not worked.
I've encountered this before.
So
I know how to do it.
Okay.
So that's an experience also tells in tech. A lot of companies really like experienced people because they know you have faced a lot of things, and when this thing comes up, then you can
sort it out.
Sure.
Okay, let's look at the business opportunities. I would like us to zero in on just two.
Okay.
You talked about the mobile application,
Yes.
you know, sector, as well as the web.
Yes.
Now for web, there's web development, web programming. But let's start with mobile application because virtually everyone makes use of a smartphone, and you have various mobile apps from the banking, you know, to the social media. Mobile applications, what are the business opportunities there?
Yes, generally they are most of them are called mobile developers.
Okay.
Yes, mobile developers, but they use different, I'll say they use different tools to do the same work. Most of the time you see probably like WhatsApp, you see Facebook, and there are some of these things they use different tools to make each of them. Yes, the major programming languages I would say that they use is Java, Kotlin, and Flutter. The Flutter is a little bit easier.
Okay.
I think the programming was made a little bit easier for people because I have a lot of friends now move into Flutter more than the Java because Java is a little bit
complex.
Yes, a little bit complex. So, and there are a lot of tech because it's, and let me say it like this. Okay, while I was in school, it makes things easier for students because you don't have this kind of knowledge that, okay, when I'm done with school, I'll go and look for work. No, I have friends that are working, working already.
While you're in school.
Yes, working and collecting a lot of money, not small money.
Okay, let's look at the cost of delving into mobile applications in terms of developing one. For someone who wants to develop a mobile app that will be useful for everyone, what's the person going to need apart from probably a system and having the knowledge?
You just need your system, a good system, your phone, and internet. That's just the main things that you need.
So it doesn't cost a thing. It doesn't cost a leg to delve into.
No, for when you start, it doesn't cost because there are like thousands of YouTube tutorials on it. But if you want to go further, then you can get some online certifications.
Okay.
Those online certifications are for like big companies. A lot of companies, they see your project, okay, they see and they see probably your resume that you know these things, but they want to be sure. These online certifications are like, okay, you went through this course, so at least they are sure that, okay, you have 50% knowledge of what you are doing. So big companies need all these online certifications. Those online certifications differ. Some cost $50, some cost $100. It just depends.
Earlier on the show where you just came up, you mentioned that I think you mentioned something about tech, infiltrating tech into businesses, and so I'm really interested in that. For instance, a small scale business, how do you infiltrate tech into it just so you make money, probably meet people? So.
Okay, let me take it from my data and analytics side. In small business, let's say you want to start a business, probably, I don't know, maybe clothes. Then in data, then you probably, the best way, though I'm not sure Nigeria has not really incorporated a lot of data analytics into their businesses. So the best way is, okay, I want to sell clothes in this area or this area. Then they pick up data analysis of, okay, how many boutiques are in this area? Okay, like how regularly do they sell? What kind of clothes do they sell? What kind of people, what kind of clothes do people around these places, what do they like? So when you do those analysis, then you can be sure of, okay, then let me start my clothing line from this because I'm sure that I'll make more profit in this than this. So it narrows down what you are supposed to do and does not make you guess and say, okay, let me buy this first, okay, this one is booming. No. It narrows down, it gives you facts. With this fact, you can make some data-driven decisions in your businesses. That's what I do. That's part of what I do as a data analyst. And incorporating it in machine learning also, we can see it in your phones, your Snapchat. You open your Snapchat and you take some features and it brings some different features. It changes your face and all those things. It is a work of machine learning that's been done by a lot of data that have been taken in. So this data are probably faces of people that these models were trained on, and they learned a lot on these models. So when they see a face, they can actually check it out and say, okay, this is a face that we can see. And in security also, all those facial cams that can recognize people at once is because of the data that these models have been trained with a lot of data. for machine learning because it's one of the things I also do.
So apparently, it's not just in business; it's even down to security. You have
it is in every
sector.
Aspect,
really.
every sector.
You talked about web programming as well and web development. To those watching who do not understand, kindly differentiate the two. Then tell us the opportunities that are inherent.
Web development generally is the front end of a web, front end of what you are seeing when you click when you
open a website.
You see them kind of graphical images and all those things. Well, that's what you see on the web. So all those things. Sorry, I don't my web developers. So they use mostly HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And well, there are some advanced tools that you can use for it also. But at least if someone is starting up, that's the major,
the basic ones.
Yes, in fact, I think a lot of the tech guys started with web development. Even I started web development before I moved. So it's like it's very the HTML and CSS is like, let me just say, like the easiest of, they're not really called programming languages, but like it's the easiest of it that you can start with. So then the web programming is more like the back end. This programming, it's like you are also doing, it's like you are doing mobile development. It's like it's more complex. Because these ones are programming languages. So you are automating when you log into a website, probably log in with your Gmail, and it goes into it, and it recognizes that you have probably been there before, you have registered before. So it is done by the web programmers, because when you log in, they probably save your data into a database. So when you want to log in back, the database cross checks with your information that it's there in the database. Okay, you can come into the website and all those things that has to do with linking of database to this thing. So it's more of back end. What you don't see that happens on the website is that's
it. Okay. Now looking at all of these, let's look at you, because you mentioned companies, big companies that make use of it. For those who are into it, they just started, but are yet to have their services, digital services now out there. They do not have companies that are patronizing them yet. How can they create that connection, that contact, to be able to sell themselves in terms of either the mobile app they've developed or a certain web sites that they've created, among others?
Okay, the first thing as a tech person is to train yourself, have a lot of skills, because opportunities will come, but you have to be ready for these opportunities, because these companies are not just looking for someone that says I'm a tech. No, they want someone that is good. They can testify that, okay, this person is good. So when you are good, then the major online or social media, I would call it social media app that people use when it comes to businesses and tech and these things is LinkedIn. So when you probably have your own, you create your profile and make it as excellent as possible. There are spaces where you can upload your projects that you have worked on also. So because LinkedIn has a lot of recruiters, so a lot of recruiters tend to search for people and see. So if they see that you are very okay with it, then they can contact you and go for interviews and all stuff. And if you even need some other work experience, and that is where these freelancing websites come in, like Upwork. The major freelancing websites for tech is Upwork and Fiverr. So those are two major freelancing. So when you go on these things, and you will see a lot of challenging. Though they are underpaid, of course they're underpaid for what they are doing, but at least it is very good for you, because you are talking directly to clients that want things, and you're able to understand them and give them the products that they want.
Okay.
So that's generally.
Now, talking about tech, you mentioned business and co, but lately, or comparing when it's becoming very, very rampant now, although it's been there for a while, but when it became very rampant up to now, what's the turnout of people interested in tech like?
Well, there have been a lot. Especially the young people.
And there's space for all of those people in tech.
There's space for anybody in tech. It just depends on how good you are, because you have to stand out for you to get good jobs and to probably develop very great ideas. You have to stand out. That's just it. So you have to be very skilled, and you cannot say, okay, because these 10 people are skilled, if I'm skilled, so they won't pick it. That's not true. Every day the tech industry is expanding and there are more job opportunities. In very big companies, like web developers like this, their jobs are more specialized. Like it's not just as web developer. See, their jobs are more specialized. Now there are even UI UX designers. This one's design websites and applications, like a dummy website and application, like a prototype of what it should be. See, so that's another job this thing has opened up, and it's not that very hard for them. It's not that very hard. They just want you to do what they want to see. Then from that prototype, they give it to the web developer to make it exactly like that, and it makes the job of the web developer easier. See, so in big companies, those things are even more specialized. So there's always job opportunities for people.
Can a 9-to-5 pick this up as, a side hustle, probably something he does on the weekend just to make more money?
Yes, it can, but it
takes attention.
Yes, it takes time. It will take time, because even as web development, it takes like 3-4 months of consistency and seriousness.
It can't be a passive income. It has to be what you are focused on.
It can be if you are already an expert in it. If you are an expert in it.
For someone who is a novice and is just trying to get into the game.
It will take time. You can't expect like someone that starts as a web developer that does not have any other thing that is doing as focused on it. In 3-4 months, and is very serious about it, you start getting some jobs. Compared to someone that starts it as a
just
side
a
hustle,
weekend.
just weekends. It will take time. It can take like 6 months, a year, depending on before the person can be an expert or can be very good in it.
So beyond the time-consuming factor, it's something that a novice can delve into, learn, and with time
there are thousands,
get better.
Like I said, there are thousands of tutorials on YouTube that was even done by professionals also. Just done there so that you can check it out and get a lot of things from it.
Just one question before we'll wrap up now. For every skill you have, it's continuous. You have to keep developing yourself. When it comes to tech, I really don't know so much about tech, but then when it comes to all of these designs, are there new designs that come up and then you have to enhance your knowledge on it, or the designs that have been there will be there, then another one will come up, or whatever has been there would have to change over time, and then you have to have a knowledge of that new one that comes up?
It's a little of both.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to develop yourself on the existing ones, and sometimes it changes and brings out new things. But most of the time, they are always incorporated. There are always new tools in every tech. There are always new tools to use, and these companies always want those new tools. So you have to learn and keep updating yourself. You have to learn a lot and keep updating yourself in all aspects of tech. You have to keep updating yourself in different, because those opportunities, like, okay, let me make an example. As a data analyst, when I came into it, I thought, okay, probably I just have to have very good skills in Excel, SQL. It's like a programming language, scripting language, and just Python. That'll be good.
I'll wait for you to mention Python.
And just Python, that'll be good. Then going into, I always, one of the things I do is I always like to check the requirements by different companies on LinkedIn so I can update myself and look. So going into it, I saw that you need Power BI, it's a visualization, you need Tableau. So recently, like 2 months ago, I saw that, okay, you have to incorporate some of a little bit of data engineering work. That's like people that source for data, make pipelines for different data sources for data analysts to analyze on. So I need to, they are called extraction, transform, load pipelines like that. So I saw that there are a lot of companies that started asking their data analysts or the data analyst roles to have that skill. So it means that I started learning that also. So it means that I have to update myself on it also. So that's it for tech. You have to keep
Thank you so much. Wow, you've made me really want to I don't know how I'm going to do it, but something.
No.
Do you have a plan?
He told you a year.
Yeah.
Just because
I need to make money
weekend.
quick. The Igbo girl in me cannot wait to make money. So imagine I am waiting for 6. When people he's mentioning how much he's
you have
making.
to develop the skill first before you make the money.
Somehow, something will happen. I just can't they hack it? Can't they do something? Thank you so much, Salamiko. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, that was Salamiko. It's a data analyst, a professional. He's making so much money, so probably you should get to know him and
remember me in your kingdom.
And remember us too. All right, coming up next, we have the sports segment after the short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.